Isn't this really strange? Why are the altcoins all going down together at the same time? Why isn't this more of a mixed picture? Is everybody selling their entire portfolio on the same day? What's happening here? Why is the correlation so high? Why are we always seeing this red across the board? And it doesn't even matter what the size of the altcoin is. Even we look at the very small ones, it's 98% red everywhere. The odds are clearly stacked against us. It's very unlikely that we're gonna pick this one winner among this ocean of losers. Why is everything going down at the same time? There's actually a real effect that impacts all altcoins at the same time. And that's not that everybody is selling at the same time, it's the connection with Ethereum. Because the way pricing works in crypto is that the altcoins are measured against Ethereum, not against the US dollar. Have a look at this screen behind me. What we see over here are the most traded altcoins in the last 6 hours. And have a look at this. This is the ND coin. And then it says here /wrapped Ethereum. Or here BVM /wrapped Ethereum. There's /wrapped Ethereum for everything. Have a look at the base chain. Same thing. Wrapped Ethereum is the trading pair for pretty much any of those liquidity pools. Here is Arbitrum, not that different. So what's happening here? When you are buying an altcoin, you're not just buying this with your US dollars, you're actually buying this with wrapped Ethereum. So the liquidity pool, the capital pool, has the altcoin on the one side and wrapped Ethereum on the other side. So let's say you're holding USDC and you're buying the altcoin via decentralized exchange like Uniswap. What's happening in the background is that you are routing from USDC to wrapped Ethereum to the altcoin. So you're effectively doing two swaps. The price of an altcoin is simply just the ratio between the wrapped Ethereum in the pool versus the number of altcoins in that pool. That's the price. So the price is not in US dollars, the price is actually in wrapped Ethereum. That means when you are looking at the US dollar price of an altcoin, you're actually looking at a converted price from wrapped Ethereum. So if the US dollar price of wrapped Ethereum goes down, then to the same degree, the US dollar price of the altcoin goes down, independent of any trading. So there might be zero trading for an altcoin simply because wrapped Ethereum goes down 10%. The altcoin valuation will also be down 10%, the US dollar altcoin valuation. And so when we are seeing things like this is not an expression that everybody is selling the altcoin necessarily. This is mainly an expression that people are selling Ethereum. Because this is how Ethereum performed in the last 7 days. It went down by 14%. And when then the Maker token or the BitGet token or the VeChain token, etc., when they all go down to a similar degree, and that's the US dollar prices, then that's 100% due to Ethereum going down. There's also a statistical measure for this, and that's called correlation. So correlation simply measures how much are two assets likely to go in the same direction on the same day. In other words, when two assets always move up at the same day, then the correlation coefficient is 1. When one asset always goes up, the other asset always goes down, then the correlation coefficient is -1. And when those two movements are very independent from one another, then the correlation coefficient is 0. So the coefficient goes from -1, negatively correlated, to +1, positively correlated, and 0 simply means zero correlation. And so when we look at the correlation coefficients between the altcoin price movements and the Ethereum price movements, we see a very high number. When we compare that to the correlation coefficients of the altcoins relative to Bitcoin, we tend to see a lower number. And that is very counterintuitive because most people think everything is following Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin goes up, then all the altcoins go up and vice versa. But that's actually not what's going on. When Ethereum goes up, that's when the altcoins go up and vice versa. So have a look at this following correlation matrix. We've got the correlation coefficients with Bitcoin here on the first column. We've got the correlation coefficient with Ethereum on the second column. Just compare those numbers. The correlation coefficient with Ethereum tends to be higher than with Bitcoin. So BNB has a higher correlation with Ethereum than with Bitcoin. Cardano, same thing. XRP, same thing. Litecoin as well. Monero is an outlier, but Dogecoin is not. Solana is not. Polkadot isn't either. And AVAX isn't either. So the numbers in the second column tend to be higher than the numbers in the first column. The correlation with Ethereum is higher than with Bitcoin. And that makes total sense because the prices are directly linked in those liquidity pools. Now, not all liquidity is against wrapped Ethereum, right? There's also liquidity against USDT on centralized exchanges mainly. Thus, I believe that the correlation is higher for all the decentralized exchange tokens versus the centralized exchange tokens. So if you've got a token that's mainly traded on Binance and not so much on Uniswap, then maybe you have a chance to somewhat survive a crash, at least when that crash is very much focused on Ethereum itself. So for example, look at this. This is the top 100 coins today. Everything is red except the core token. Now, where is core mainly traded? On OKX and on BitGet, etc. Not so much on Uniswap. So there is a bit of a diversification benefit to buy some altcoins that aren't that easily available on chain. That being said, I believe the best protection in all of this is to simply hedge against the Ethereum decline. I believe that this is just the beginning of the Ethereum decline. I don't have a crystal ball either, but it looks like the Ethereum ETF is very far out and that all of the traditional finance money now goes into Bitcoin and all of the speculative retail money is going directly into the altcoins. So I believe that Ethereum is likely going to underperform the rest, probably for the next few months even. And so the best way to trade altcoins, in my opinion, is to hedge against Ethereum. So you want to be betting on your altcoin to outperform Ethereum. You don't want to necessarily bet on the altcoin US dollar valuation to go up because Ethereum itself will push down everything. So the way to do this is to go to a borrowing and lending platform such as Aave, then deposit some collateral over there, then borrow some Ethereum with that collateral, and then use that borrowed Ethereum in order to trade the altcoins, hopefully make more Ethereum from this, and then pay back the Ethereum denominated loan later. If this went a bit over your head, there is a dedicated tutorial on this in the premium membership. It's called Hedging Macro Risk. It's 17 minutes. It shows exactly how to use Aave, how to connect your wallets, how to borrow, how to pay back the loan, etc. It's all explained in 17 minutes, but in premium, there's also a lot of other tutorials. A lot of content to improve your crypto skills. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.